I apologize if the camera quality is a little shaky on this one. My my gimbal literally died as I started filming the video. It is a bit windy out here, so I'm going to keep the phone a little bit closer to my mouth. But here we have 2022 Subaru Outback. This is the Wilderness Edition. Very nice looking car. You do have this green color along with the orange. I would like to say it's orange, but it's really gold. Gold trim. Looks really good on the vehicle as well. Big and bold Subaru logo right there. You do have flat black on the grill with a little bit of gunmetal gray, but it's all plastic. As you can see, do have a nice black decal on the hood as well. Body lines of the vehicle, it's a very rugged looking vehicle. I mean, it looks like it's meant to handle any terrain. You know, Subaru, they're typically known for their ruggedness with any design, especially as of late, because they use a lot of flat black plastic on the fenders, as you can see right there. Also going across the bottom, you do have your Subaru Wilderness badge right there as well. They went ahead and put the STI door handle backs right there. So that's actually pretty cool. It says Outback down there in gold on the bottom. Then your roof rails, you do have this polymer finish, but it does have the gold clamps right there, which is actually pretty cool too. You do have flat black on the mirror caps with your turn signal indicators right there. No camera underneath. Just had to double check for you guys. That's still on the back of the vehicle. It does have a good ride height. Going to get into the dimensions shortly, but let's just say we're talking about 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Length of the vehicle is 191.3 inches. Width is 74.6 inches. Height, we're looking at 66.9 inches with the roof rails. Wheelbase between the wheels is 108.1 inches. And curb weight, 3,928 pounds. It's a big boy, but it's a nice SUV, sedan, crossover type vehicle. Like, it's very long, but it looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the trunk so you could get a good feel for what cargo space looks like. Alrighty, here we are. We're inside the trunk. It pops right open. But cargo volume with the seats up, 32.5 cubic feet of space. As you can see, massive amount of space. Seats down, you get 75.7 cubic feet. So that's actually not bad. That is amazing, honestly. I love it. And as for, you just pull this little lever right here. This drops the second row on that side, and then boom. So you do have a 60-40 split, and you do have this cover right here to hide your cargo, give you some privacy as well. I don't know what you need privacy for. I guess, you know, you buy Christmas gifts for the kids. You know, we're all grown here at the end of the day. So you figure out what you want to do privacy for. As for connections, it's very scarce, but you do have, let me open this up right here, a 12-volt right there. Nothing on the other side. I would say I'm fine with that. You do have some grooves right here to reposition the privacy cover as well. And if you want to close this back, you just press this button right here, and it go ahead and closes back down. And there's your rear bumper. You do have some more gold plating back here as well. Very nice looking vehicle. Subaru has really outdone themselves with the design of this particular trim of the Outback. And I'm all here for it. It's really good looking. But let's go ahead. Let's pop the hood. We're going to talk some horsepower specs, and then we're going to move on to the interior. Now, I am doing this one hand. It does have a prop rod, no hood struts. This vehicle is about $40,000 brand new. At least that's what the customer paid for it. So I am going to say that sucks for that price point to not have hydraulic hood struts. But the times we live in, $40,000 is typically not a lot for a vehicle in today's world. But here we have a 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer 4-cylinder engine, 260 horsepower at 5,600 RPM, 277 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. It is paired to an 8-speed CVT, which is crazy, right? It's a goddamn CVT. I don't know why they said 8-speed. That's just the manual mode. You can have 8 speeds, but it's a CVT. 0 to 60 is 6.1 seconds, so not too crazy. You get 22 in the city, 26 on the highway for a total of 24 combined MPG. and towing capacity of 3,500 pounds. So it's a very usable vehicle, has a usable amount of power. 0 to 60 is about equivalent to a Dodge Challenger V6. So 6 seconds is not a crazy acceleration, but for a vehicle like this, it's enough. But let's go ahead and hop into the back seat. We're going to talk about the experience back there for a guy that's my size. I'm 6'1". All right. We are in the back seat of the Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition. All right. Leg room. I'm sitting behind myself. I was just up front. I'm very comfortable. I have plenty of leg room. Like I said, I'm 6'1". I'm a pretty hefty guy. Very nice interior. You do have the black headliner, which adds a bit of luxuriousness. My tongue twisted. Luxuriousness to the vehicle. But it's a nice place to be. You do have soft touch right here. There is like a plastic weave right here. It feels very nice to the touch. It actually feels incredible, honestly. All of this is soft touch. This is borderline luxury, honestly. Hard touch at the bottom, but you see that with a lot of luxury brands. Towards the bottom, they don't really put soft touch. Unless you're in like a Rolls Royce or something. It's kind of like a waste of resources to really put soft touch down there because you're not going to be touching down there as much, at least in my opinion. Map pockets, they are fully enclosed. Not super deep, but at least you have some privacy by having it fully enclosed and not a net, which is nice. You do have leather seats. On the back as well is also leather. You do have a little hump in the middle, so if you have a little middle passenger, make sure they're small and not too tall. And you have some rear vents back here. You do have heated seats, at least 2-stage heated seats. And then you have 2 Type A USB ports. Plenty of space, though. As you can see, I'm pretty comfy. Got a room for a small child next to me, even though I would rather sit with a gap. And you can fit another adult on the other side. Another one of me, actually. Headroom, my headroom is pretty good. I'm sweating. It's super hot in here. The vehicle's not on yet. I haven't gotten up front to get to that port. But you do see the gold stitching going across the seats. It is not on the top portion of the back seats, but you do see it at the bottom. And you do see it on the sides back here. So that's actually pretty good. You pull this latch and the seat folds down as well. And you do have LED lighting for the rear, which is nice. That's not LED. That's incandescent. But I like the fact that it's kind of like smoked out. That's actually pretty cool. But it's not an LED. Let's just make that very clear. But you do have automatic up-down windows for the rear. All 4 windows, actually. So that is actually pretty great. I'm very satisfied with this vehicle so far. Here's your all-weather floor mats with a little custom design for the Wilderness Edition. I have no idea what that is I'm looking at. Is it some type of leaf forest or whatever it is? But we'll go over that later. Actually, we won't. Let's go ahead and hop up front, and we're going to talk about the features up there. All right, we are up front. Let's go ahead and start this vehicle up. We go ahead and grab the key fob so you can see what that looks like as well, because we need some AC in here. Very standard Subaru key. Nothing too flashy to look at. Got some nice weight to it and a nice feel as well. But foot on the brake pedal, start button right here. Engine roars to life. And I'll go ahead and let you hear how that sounds as well. So I'll insert a clip. All right, back to the review. I'm very comfortable up here. Like I said, I didn't adjust the seat, so I was really sitting behind myself so you could see exactly how much leg room and headroom I did have. Here's my headroom, and that's that nice size sunroof right there. It doesn't go into the back seats, but it does add a little bit of light to this cabin because it's pretty dark in here. And here's the controls for that right here. You do have LEDs for the front lighting system, so it's just not for the rear, but for the front, you do have LEDs, so I'll give them back some points for that. As for materials, this is hard touch right here for the speaker grill and this little panel right here, but this is soft touch. I wonder why they decided to go soft touch here and hard touch here. I guess if you wanted to attach a mount, it's easy to attach it on material like this. Soft touch right here as well. This is all soft leather right here. Nice trim. This is plastic. It's not metal. You have this huge Starlink system right here. I think it's 11.6 inches. This is damped in line with felt for the glove box. Pretty good size in there as well. You got your owner's manual, and you can fit a few more things in there as well. There's my dead gimbal. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, that's my gimbal. You do have Subaru Wilderness stamped on the headrest of the passenger and driver seat. So that's a nice touch. Seats are really nice and soft, very comfortable. I could sit in these all day. I have sat in this all day. I picked this vehicle up at 9 a.m. It is now 5 p.m. So I pretty much been with this vehicle all day. But I'm comfortable. I'm not complaining. As you can see, I'm doing a review now. I'm not super fatigued. I'm not in a rush to get out of this car. So it is extremely comfortable in here. There's plenty of space. I recommend this if you have a small family, 2 kids. It is perfect. Have plenty of cargo room. You can take road trips. And it's a Subaru. It has the performance to come with it. This thing, even though it's 0 to 60 is 6 seconds, that is more than adequate for your average family. And let's just say when I was driving it, I wasn't complaining. Let's just be honest. I got it up to about 50 in a residential neighborhood. I wasn't on the highway or anything like that. So I only took it up to 50, but it got there in a pretty decent amount of time, and I was comfortable with the acceleration. And I drive some pretty fast cars, so for me to say I'm comfortable with this, that's more than enough. At least I would hope so. You do have your paddle shifters right there on the back as well. Not super large, but they are there. And as for your steering wheel, it is a bit busy, but you have your cruise controls, your lane keep assist all over here on this side. And, you have your volume knob, over here. This is for changing your radio stations. If you have that option open, you can change your source, Bluetooth, and then you can access I forgot what it's called. I know what it does. I just forgot I think it's, whatever. It's how you talk to the phone, basically. And then you have your information screens right here. You press these little buttons right here. Well, actually, you tap them. You don't press them. You pull from underneath. And that controls that little display right there in the middle. You do have analog tachometer and speedometer, which is nice. I love it when it's not just a full screen right here. This screen right here, like I said, Starlink system. It does take some getting used to. It is 11.6 inches. I confirmed that. You can see the camera quality is not the best. I don't know if you could really pick it up, but it's pretty grainy. There are no guidance lines. I mean, there's guidance lines, but it doesn't have trajectory. So it doesn't turn as you turn the steering wheel. So I am going to take off some points for that. You do have an electronic parking brake. This shift knob is very nice. It's plastic. It's not metal, but it does have gold trim. I wish it was metal. I do like the gold stitching that's here as well. Pretty deep cup holders right here. And as for the center console storage, pretty adequate. You do have a 12-volt power outlet in there as well. It is double tiered, so you have some space to put like your receipts and whatnot. I mean, that's pretty much it for this interior. It's not a whole lot to get into other than the way that the vehicle looks, but it's not a ton of features in here. You do have this huge screen, but I'm not going to go too much into that. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it. And it's a bit complicated in comparison to other vehicles, mostly because I don't spend a lot of time in Subaru. So I'm pretty sure it'll take some getting used to, and it's pretty easy once you get used to it. You do have some storage right here as well. Door materials up front, pretty much the same as the rear. There is a softer leather up here. It's more plush at least, but it is hard touch at the bottom. Same way, your sill plates, it's plastic. It does say Subaru. It does have a nice little design on it. You have your auto dimming mirror. What else could you really ask for? $40-some thousand, brand new. This one is probably going to go for 25, 26 used. It does have 20,000 miles on it, as you can see. I think it's a pretty good value. You're getting a lot of vehicle for your money, especially in today's market where you could easily pay 40 grand for something like a Toyota Camry that's fully loaded. So granted, you get the reliability of Toyota, but let's just be honest. It's hard to get a vehicle for under $30,000 brand new nowadays. So getting all of this for around 40 is actually pretty cool. But that's it for me. It's your boy ChronicTurbo. I love you guys. If you like the video, please like, comment, follow, or subscribe if you're seeing this on YouTube. For more, peace.